Good evening. In this session, I am going to discuss a few more questions from level 2 and then we will also see questions from level 3. So the next question from the level 2, tongue has, okay, so the options baro, gustatory, olfactory and tango receptors. So let's see what are these baroreceptors. So these baroreceptors are mechanoreceptors. And coming to the location, so where they are present, so they are located in the carotid sinus and aortic arch and coming to function, so the function is to sense changes in blood pressure. Okay, then coming to these tango receptors, so the tango receptors will help in detecting sense of touch and pressure. And coming to these gustatory receptors, so these gustatory receptors are meant for detecting sense of taste, help in detecting sense of taste. And coming to the olfactory receptors, so these olfactory receptors, they help in detecting sense of smell, and these are located in nose. So this the location of olfactory receptors is nose, whereas in the case of gustatory receptors the location is tongue. So the location is tongue. Okay, so tango receptors are present, okay, in the skin, and I already gave you the baroreceptors where the location they have and the function. So the right option is B, that is gustatory receptors. So tongue has gustatory receptors. The next question, which of the following is correct for lens focusing while seeing distant object? Okay, so let's say, so here first we'll see focusing near object. So while focusing the near object, we know here the lens. So this lens will have less convex on the anterior and more convex on the posterior side, and here there are suspensory ligaments and that is attached to ciliary muscles. So ciliary muscles, and these are suspensory ligaments, and this is lens. Now when focusing the near object, so what happens is the ciliary muscles get contracted. So ciliary muscles, they get contract. So here I'll just mention, so ciliary muscles contract. So when the ciliary muscles contract, this results in increase in the lens central thickness. So it results, so here this is the central thickness, So this is central thickness. So this central thickness will increase when ciliary muscles contract. The ciliary muscles contract results in increasing central thickness of lens. Okay, so this is the thing what happens while focusing a near object. So now let's see focusing far object. So that is a distant object. So while focusing the distant object, okay, the ciliary muscles relax in this case. So that is opposite. So in this case the ciliary muscles relax, and this results in okay, decreasing central thickness, or results in okay, decrease in central thickness of lens. So in this case the lens will become thin. So you can see the lens become thin. Okay, so here the suspensory ligaments and the ciliary body connected to it. So you can see in this case the central thickness is reduced. So central thickness is reduced. So that's what we call the taut suspensory ligament. So the taut suspensory ligaments is caused by relaxed muscle. So here the taut suspensory ligament is caused by relaxed muscle. Okay, so here as I mentioned, so which of the following is correct for lens focusing while seeing a distant object? So here I mentioned focusing far object, which results in ciliary muscles okay relax, right, and that is the one which helps in even the taut of a suspensory ligament, so that is caused by the relaxed muscle. So now the first option will be the right option. So others we can say taut suspensory ligament and rounded lens, no. Then contracted ciliary muscles and relaxed suspensory ligaments, this is also not the case. Then contracted ciliary muscles and rounded lens, no. So here you have to remember clearly that while focusing the far object, so this is the situation, and while focusing the near object, so ciliary muscles contract, and focusing far object the ciliary muscles relax. So the option A will be the right option.
Nerve gas affects neuromuscular working by. So here these nerve gas also called nerve agents. So these nerve agents are extremely toxic relatives of organophosphate insecticides. So these are organophosphate insecticides are very toxic. So some examples of these nerve agents include like baboon, then sarin, and then soman are the first nerve agents that have been prepared or synthesized. And here, so how these nerve agents work? So here they work by blocking the enzyme, blocking the enzyme. It's called acetylcholinesterase. So this is an enzyme that removes acetylcholine after it helps in transmission of nerve impulse. So we know that from one neuron to another neuron. So in case of chemical synapses, so these are synaptic vesicles, and here is an, okay, the dendrites of another neuron. So here we know there will be passing of acetylcholine. So acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter. So it's a neurotransmitter, and that is present in the vesicles in the synaptic knobs. Once the neurotransmission, I mean the transmission of the nerve impulse is finished or done, the acetylcholine is removed by this enzyme acetylcholinesterase. So this acetylcholine is, okay, disrupted by or removed by acetylcholinesterase. So again, the synapse is ready to conduct another impulse. Now, in this case, the nerve agents, the nerve gas, so what it does is it will remove this acetylcholinesterase. Because of this, when acetylcholinesterase is removed, it results in accumulation of acetylcholine in the cholinergic synapses. Okay, so removal of acetylcholinesterase. So this results in accumulation of acetylcholine in cholinergic reaction. I mean synapses, synapses. So what is cholinergic synapses? So cholinergic synapses are those synapses that use acetylcholine as a neurotransmitter. So they use acetylcholine as a neurotransmitter, and those all those synapses are called cholinergic synapses. Okay, so now if this acetylcholine is not removed by this acetylcholinesterase, then it results in the accumulation, and now this accumulation will result in severe complications. So those complications will include, like, so what are all those uh, okay, complications? Those complications include contraction of pupils, contraction of pupil, and then, okay, profuse salivation takes place, profuse salivation takes place, and then there will be convulsions, then involuntary urination, involuntary urination, and defecation will take place, and finally death, and finally death by asphyxiation, finally death by asphyxiation. So here the asphyxiation, which means okay, deprived of oxygen, so, or okay, less oxygen in the body, so that results in death of the person. So now the nerve gas affects neuro muscular working by. So here I told you that the nerve gas will block the enzyme acetylcholinesterase. So here the right option is A, inhibiting acetylcholinesterase. Enhancing release of acetylcholine, no. So you can see here nowhere I have mentioned enhancing. Then inhibiting release of okay, not. And then blocking acetylcholine receptors. So we have discussed earlier, the acetylcholine receptors will be present on postsynaptic neuron. So in this case, nowhere I have mentioned blocking the acetylcholine receptor. So this is also a wrong option. So only option A is right.